All right, fans, with us today, he is one of the baddest filmmaking, fox body driving, no prep, small tire racers from North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, the driver of Pennywise Racing's badass fox body, it's Robert Smith. How's it going, my man?
Oh, just another day in paradise.
That's right. That's right. Obviously getting geared up, getting ready for this big weekend. It's dig or die Xmas style, but we'll dive into that just here in a minute. What we're going to do here today, Robert, is we're going to get to know you just a little bit. Are you ready, my man?
Yes, sir.
All right. Starting it all off, how about you tell my fans and listeners out there a little bit about Pennywise Racing, how you got your start, and where that name came from?
We started, what was it, May 2018. Took my wife to a no prep event, first one she's ever been to. Halfway through the event, she says, honey, we need to find a car. It led to it. Found a little Fox body, a little 90 hatchback. Nothing there but a roll cage and a show. 2 weeks later, it was in the garage. Ended up doing a Facebook poll, Pennywise Racing, or it was going to be the horror show. Facebook decided it was Pennywise.
Nice. So just a little bit, obviously going off what the family's choosing and then putting it out there on Facebook for the Facebook family to vote on. Interesting. I was kind of curious myself if you were just a huge Pennywise fan or if, there was some other backstory, but good to know. Well, tell my fans and listeners out there, Robert, what's your favorite part about no prep racing?
The challenge, the surface. It's some of the most challenging surfaces you can find. Whether it be a tree side where they scrape the track all the way down, or if it's a backside, old school drag racing, the way it started. Pour your own puddle, water burnout only. I mean, it's the greatest racing you can be a part of. It's some of the baddest people on the planet coming out, seeing who's the best.
I agree. Obviously, pulling in drivers from West Coast, East Coast, all around. Just a couple of weeks ago, right here on the E's and B's, we had one of the baddest, Turbo John. I know he's going to be there this weekend at Dig or Die. I can't wait to talk about that here in just a second. But I got to know, if there's anything you could change about no prep, Robert, what would you change?
I wouldn't change anything. It's grassroots style racing. It brings you back to the good old days. Some of these people that used to race back in the 60s and 70s that are still around, they're coming out and watching, and it's bringing them back home. It's bringing them back to grassroots racing.
Gotcha. Definitely can agree with that myself. It's drawing me in as a circle track racer fan, majority of my life. Here recently, this stuff's been all I've been into. It can't get enough. And let's talk a little bit about that. I found you there, obviously filming live at several events here in the past. What's your favorite thing about that?
The filming part, it's the interaction with everybody. We're currently building our car, so it gets us a chance to go out and meet new drivers, new fans, new people, travel to different surfaces and tracks and everything. It allows us to see it before we get to it. Some of these guys, like the New York boys, those guys, when they show up, they're some of the funnest people to be around. I mean, bar none, some of the funnest people to be around. Like we traveled out to Louisiana, Twin City Raceway, that place there. When we came home, it was a whole nother story. It's like everybody knew who we were again. I mean, I think that event helped put us out there.
Well, I can agree. I know what else kind of helps is as having a great racing community and a great racing family like the No Prep family, as we both can agree. I caught wind a little bit about you from the SRC group, which is obviously one of the most popular groups out there, but we're not going to shake no stick at you because, you're fastly growing there on the YouTube. And folks, if you have not checked him out on Facebook, go check him out. That's Pennywise Racing. He goes live pretty much at every event that he is at. So make sure you guys check him out, give him a follow, support all the small stuff, because without this stuff, without people like him, this racing wouldn't be as popular or as cool to watch, in my opinion. So make sure you guys go out there and give him a follow. Keeping things rolling here, Robert. Let's talk a little bit on the other side. I'm going to shake it up How about this? You're making breakfast tomorrow for any celebrity or race car driver out there. Who are you making breakfast for, and what are you making?
Lyle Barnett. Lyle Barnett. And you got to make sausage, eggs, bacon, tons of bacon. You got to have a Yingling sitting there for him. I mean, Lyle Barnett is, in my opinion, one of the baddest no prep racers on the planet. That man that's my brother from another mother.
Awesome. How about this one? If you could be anything in the world other than a no prep racer, what would you be and why?
I'll be behind the camera. Be honest with you, bringing more coverage. I mean, I love doing it. It's a blast. The support we've gotten from it, it's bar none been some of the best in the last 2 years of actually filming. I mean, I wouldn't change it. But from racing to that, I would do both.
I can agree. I love both sides of it as well. I love doing this, but I also like being behind the camera and catching some of that, behind the scenes footage or stuff that people aren't just going to see on your everyday. I can agree with you on that one. Well, hey, let's switch it over to what we really, really got you on here for. That's what's going down this weekend, the big Dig or Die Xmas version race there at Rockingham, the back of the track kind of stuff. Robert, tell us what you're expecting to see this weekend.
We're going to see some of the baddest small tire, big tire, true street daily driver style class, and stick shift H pattern style racing. The boys from Dig or Die, the 910 boys, Kenson Carter, Donald Locklear, Zenford, Eric Hunt, those 4 guys have put together and grew so fast of a no prep event. They actually outgrew their last venue they were at. I mean, they literally outgrew it. And that's where we got our start with them guys. I told them I will be there every event they have to support them. We went 13 and a half hours on our first live video continuously. And them boys showed so much support to us. They wanted us at every event. I mean, it's bar none, one of the baddest no preps out there on the East Coast.
I can agree, folks.
Rock
I can agree.
Baby.
Check it out, folks. It's gonna be live. Hey, let me ask you this, Robert. If you had to predict, you're giving me chills right now thinking about it, talking about it. I gotta ask you though, if you had to predict right here, right now, who's in the Final Four this weekend? Small tire.
And small tire, there's a couple people that come to mind. If Kendall Goyne shows up, I see him in the Final Four. I can see Billy Hodgson in the Final Four. Mike Gunner, who's a repeat. He won this. He can go for a repeat. Hopefully he makes it to the Final Four. And of course, you can't forget Mr. Two-time on back-to-back, Bobby Parks.
Nice.
Cannot forget Bobby Parks.
Nice. I was gonna throw out names like Patches, Billy, White Trash. You said it all. The Mac boys, from Indiana, the Indiana boys. It's gonna be a badass race. I cannot wait.
It's hard. It's actually hard for me to leave Patches and Willie Dynamite, Jared Bradshaw. It's hard to leave those 2 people out. It's so hard to leave those 2 out because they can wheel their cars like no other. I mean, they are some drivers.
And let's not sleep on Dry Fire, 2 guns. That's right, Tommy Hodgson. We know that he's got a bad car too. So who knows? He could slip right in there and be in that Final Four as well. I cannot wait, folks. Like we're saying, one of the baddest back of the track, no prep races going down this weekend, Dig or Die, Xmas style. Folks, it's going to be awesome. All right, my man, before we get you out of here, I want to know this, Robert. What do we got on the schedule for 2022 for Pennywise Racing?
Let's see, in February, we'll be back at Darlington. The Palmetto No Prep, Corey Stamper out of Spool Media puts on a hell of an event. And that event is that, I kid you not, the worst surface you'll ever be on in your life. There's cracks in that big enough to fit your foot. And then following that, we'll be at my start off event with Bang the Light, Destry Turner. We're hosting the birthday bash. It is my birthday party. We're having it at Harold's Raceway, March 5th. It's going to be a blast. No prep racing and birthday party all in one. Man. And then we follow up and back to Dig or Die. Can't wait.
Yeah, we got a stacked first part of the year. 2022 is going to be amazing. Obviously, folks, Pennywise Racing's got some sponsor opportunities going on. Hey, Robert, why don't we tell everybody out there where they can find you at and what else they need to know?
They can follow us. They can find us at Pennywise Racing on Facebook, Pennywise Racing on Instagram, and Pennywise Racing again on YouTube.
Awesome, man. I still got chills. I cannot wait to find out how it goes down this weekend. Dig or die, back of the track, one more time, end of the year. Buddy, it's been an honor and pleasure having you on. We're going to get you back in the E's and B's podcast here in the future. And we'll talk a little bit about 2022 and maybe some other cool collaborate things that maybe us and you got some up our sleeves. But until then, buddy, stay safe. Check them out, folks. Once again, it's Pennywise Racing's Robert Smith. Thanks, my man.
Appreciate you.